Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. If you are in the chat and can hear me okay, please put a comment real quick. Let us know what you're drinking. We have Power of Bourbon on tonight. I'm super excited about tonight's live stream. We've got TJ, Chuck, and Brian. They all run a channel called Power Bourbon. If you guys haven't subscribed, you should definitely do so. I love everything about their channel. They also do really good picks, which we're going to talk about here in a bit. Jeremy Banks, what's up, man? Let me know if you can hear me okay. We are going to do a blind flight tonight. I sent TJ and Chuck. Brian couldn't make it, but TJ and Chuck are with us, and they are going to taste 3 samples tonight. We got a fun little game planned. We've also got an amazing flight I'll be giving away. We are giving away Old Forester Birthday Bourbon 2021, Weller 12, Michter 10 Rye, and TJ and Chuck are throwing in cigar batch. So that's really exciting. Whoever wins that is going to be very, very excited. I'm going to do one drawing for our Patreon members and then another drawing for $5 super chats. So $5 super chats get you an entry into the giveaway. $10 will get you 3. Let me put that banner up so you guys can see what exactly you're working on there. There you go. What else we got? whiskeytornado.com. If you guys haven't checked out the new site, go do so. We've got our Frosted Glens, our shirts up there. Every whiskey that I've rated in 2022 so far, you can see what order I've ranked those. We've got our trusted stores and bars in several states. Our Patreon members are sending those in, so I'm updating the site regularly. So if you're in another state, you can hop on and see if there's any good whiskey stores, bars, restaurants in the area. We're always updating that. And then, of course, barrel picks that are coming out. We have a High West. We called it Orange Springs, but it's High West Double Rye finished in Manhattan barrels. That will be released at A1 in Effingham. You guys can buy that now, but it doesn't release until March. I think that'll be coming out. If you're a Patreon member, shipping is available for you guys. Let's see. Some upcoming videos I shot today. Blue Run High Rye review will be coming out. Stag Junior Batch 16 released today. And then Barrel Bourbon, the New Year 2022, I shot today. So that will be coming out next week as well. Let me get to some chats here real quick, see who's in the house. We got Jeremy says, sounds perfect. Awesome. Jana Holmes. Hey, this is Ryan. Oh, what's up, Ryan? Ryan Holmes. Brett, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us tonight. Ryan Dunn in the house. I went to college with Ryan. What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Kevin Jones with the $5 super chat. I got to keep track of this. So let me write this real quick. So I need I don't know if Ed Sturger's in the house, but Ed, I need you as a wrench, man, if you're watching yet, so I can keep track of all this. All right, let's get Power of Bourbon on here. Let me add TJ and Chuck to the stream. What's up, TJ? Welcome.
Hey.
Sounds good. What's up, Brian?
What's up, Lance?
Cheers, guys. Yeah, cheers. I'm getting ready to pour your pick. So what are you guys drinking right now?
I'm drinking our pick as well.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Well, that's where we'll start. Welcome to the chat. I hope you guys are excited for tonight's flight.
I'm really excited. I'm a little nervous too, putting us on the spot here with this challenge of age and proof. I've been waiting for this moment to showcase my skills against TJ, so I'm excited.
I say, we know you're better. You're going up against Lance. I'm just here as the humor.
No. You guys made me look real stupid last time you sent me a blind, so. All right, I'm gonna pour your pick as well. I'm gonna switch cameras here. So this is your beautiful pick. I got to tell you guys, man, I love it. Why don't you tell everybody watching what the experience was like? For those that don't know, I know this is like, it's a bucket list item to do your own pick. So tell everybody what that experience was like.
Well, so I have some amazing in-laws, and they've been really supportive of the channel. And so, as kind of a gift and something they wanted to do, a barrel pick. So they took us along and let us kind of front run the whole thing. So naturally, like when we tasted through, which was so cool because we got to see the distillery and see that they were. Was it Scotch that they were putting down, Chuck?
Irish whiskey, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Irish whiskey.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So we got to see some behind the scenes there. I actually got to fill a barrel, which was pretty cool. So they did all that. They took us in. We got to, so how New Riff works is they give you, was it 10 samples, Chuck?
Yeah, you get a description, a list of, and with tasting notes of maybe 15 barrels. And then you choose 3 that based on those descriptions that you'll actually taste through.
How close were the tasting notes for your palate?
A few of the key notes were definitely, you could pick them out.
Yeah.
It wasn't as easy as what we would expect. And that just shows the difference sometimes on palates.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's, the one we ended up getting, it has some, that, the tasting notes had some melon in there, and we have yet to get that, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Well, I think I told you guys, like, I was kind of hit or miss on New Riff. After tasting your pick, and I'm not just saying this because I love you guys and love your channel, but I am back on the New Riff bandwagon because after the malted rye that I had, which I love, and then tasting this pick blew me out of the water. It is so good. And I wouldn't say that if it wasn't. It is really fantastic.
Yeah, I was the same opinion, Lance, just as far as New Riff. That's good, but hasn't blown me out of the water. The exception to, has been some of their special releases, the Balboa rye and the 6-year malted rye. Like those are exceptional. But it's just as far as their standard offering on bourbons, I haven't been a huge fan.
Yeah.
But this changed my mind.
Yeah, it is really good. For me personally, the first time I drank it when Chuck brought it over, I got lots of butterscotch notes, and then and just like this incredible barbecue note, which I think I said, like, if I would have named this pick, I probably would have called it Burn Ends, because the barbecue note was so good. It wasn't smoky like a Scotch though. This is like a sweet barbecue note. And I had Brian Smith from Hard Truth on, and I don't know if you guys saw that live stream, but we were talking about the barbecue notes, and he said it's really interesting that you got that, because in our tasting panel we have to decide if barbecue to one person is barbecue to another person, and sometimes those barbecue notes for some people will come off as mocha. And when he said that, now I taste mocha. And it's really crazy how your mind will interpret things. But I mean, regardless, it's just a delicious pick. I absolutely love it. You guys killed it. And what I really love about it is you didn't go down that like traditional path of just, your basic flavor notes. That's something that's really, smooth and easy to drink. This to me is very unique, which is why I love it.
Yeah, when we were picking it, so when we tried it, and Chuck, of course, this was his. And as soon as I tried it, I literally wrote down on my notes, this is Chuck's bourbon. It's going to win. Like, this is what we're buying. So naturally, just to play for fun, because you rank them all, I started ranking something completely different as the best, just to make him sweat if we're actually going to get this bottle or not. But yeah, that's really why we went with it in the end, is the other ones were more traditional. And we're like, this is our pick. We want it to be different, stand out, throw it in a blind, and people are not going to have any idea what this is. And that's really why we went with it. Yeah.
I think that's the hard thing stores have with doing picks. It's like, do you want something that, your average bourbon drinker is going to love? And if you're newer into bourbon, you're just looking for really, something that doesn't fight you very much, and you can get some sweet flavors out of. And to more experienced bourbon drinkers, that kind of gets boring, and it's not something you're looking for. It's a hard balancing act, I think, stores have to play between, do you, and when I go on picks with stores, I say that I'm like, all right, am I looking for down the middle of the road, or are you looking for unique and bold? Like, what do you want for this pick?
Yeah, my wife is part of Bourbon Women, and so they did a Four Roses pick that she got brought in on, and she was sitting there and she battled so hard for a bottle that she like just thought was amazing. And even the liquor store guys were like, "Yeah, this is by far the best bottle, but this one over here is going to sell better, so we're going with this one." And she just got so frustrated.
Yeah, that's tough, man. I mean, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
It's I think for clubs and like our channels, if we do picks, we can do more of that, unique kind of thing rather than right down the middle. So
yeah, I think that's some of the beauty of a single barrel, right? If you wanted something that's more similar to their standard offering, then you don't necessarily need to do your own pick.
Yep.
And that's what, we tasted through those 3 samples, and 2 of them were very on profile for New Riff, that kind of high rye bourbon. So you got a lot of that rye floral notes kind of through the palate finish, a little bit spicier finish. And they would have been good choices for sure. But just more on profile. And this one just totally stood out.
Yeah. Well, you guys killed it. It's fantastic.
Now that you said mocha, that's literally like I just get this drying finish of mocha.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, for me it was coming off as barbecue. And the Hard Truth Rye did the same thing for me. I got that like that barbecue note as well, and now it gets mocha. And Hard Truth, even like I could see blind how I might even interpret that as like a Maker's almost because of that mocha note. So it's really interesting.
So because you talked it up so much, because we're running behind with the channel a little bit, because all of us are crazy busy from time to time, we're just now working through our best ryes of the year, and I threw in Hard Truth. So we'll see how it does.
Oh, that'll be good to see where it falls.
Yep.
Especially
I might have tasted that today.
Did you taste it today?
Maybe. I tasted because I was working through a couple samples before getting on the live stream here. Yeah. And of course they're blind to me, so I don't know what they are, but it was a really nice rye, so that could have been it.
Yeah, so tell everybody, like I said, guys, if you aren't subscribed to Power Bourbon, go do so. I'll pop the link up in the chat here in a minute, but why don't you guys tell everybody how you pick your bourbon of the year, rye of the year, because it's really unique. You guys go through a lot of samples, and I love the way you guys do it.
Chuck, go for it.
Yeah. So this was TJ's brainchild this year, and initially I was skeptical, but at the end of it, it was, the best rose to the top. So each of us submitted 10 bourbons for the best bourbon of the year, and then we sent all these samples to TJ's house, his lovely wife, randomized them for us, blinded it, and then sent them back out. So we got 30 samples of the best bourbons of the year, and we tasted through those, just a few a night. By themselves, not in a blind flight, but just solo, which really lets you experience the bourbon more so than what you do in a blind flight. So to me, and you're making tasting notes, rating the nose, palate, finish, and overall score, and then we compiled all that data at the end, sorted through, and then based on those averages, decided what our top 5 was. So that video is already released. The bourbon. Yep. We're doing our best.
It's a good one.
Best whiskeys and ryes in there as well. So finished bourbons or rye whiskeys, and that we're working through right now. We scaled the samples back to only 15 total.
Yep.
So that's
yeah, and then everything we get is at MSRP that we get from we find. We don't do any secondary or super super hard to get stuff. I mean, occasionally, so in our best of bourbon, Chuck and I lucked out and got a Weller Full Proof, but I mean, other than that, if you try a little bit, you should be able to find those too.
Yeah, so, we do have some single barrels in there, but for the most part, you could at least find something probably equivalent to those.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, that's what I kind of had to start doing with my bourbon of the year, is just making it. I had to find it on the shelves at MSRP. I had someone today actually comment on another video saying, "Hey, can you do a separate one where it's just everything?" And I was, well, that's not a bad idea. I could definitely do that. I'm just not gonna like pump the video up as much. It's just like I have a hard time making, Old Forester birthday bourbon or King of Kentucky my bourbon of the year when no one can find it. Like what's the point?
Yeah, that's why I enjoy.
We'll never see that bottle.
Yeah, right. And I enjoy what we did with the Stag, which is we put the Stag against Rare Breed and a couple other things that you can find on the shelf, and saw how it ranked out blind. So that way, yeah, you're not going to find the stag, but what we showed was the rare breed is a really close second for Brian and Chuck, and I thought it was better.
Wow. Then you rated rare breed ahead of stag?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, it's great. I don't know if I'd put it ahead of stag, but it's good. But that's the cool thing about bourbon, and that's the cool thing about bourbon channels, I think, and Whiskey Tube. I said this the other day, is like, I reviewed Hirsch 6-year, and Fred Minnick said it tasted like dirt and he hated it. And he's not wrong. If he tasted dirt, he tasted dirt. Right now, it's the highest bourbon I've ranked this year. It's fantastic. I love it. I'm just in love with that bottle. But those are single barrels, so there could be some variance with single barrels. But him saying that tastes like dirt is crazy to me. We are at completely opposite ends of the spectrum on that bottle. But I don't criticize him for that. That's what he tastes is what he tastes. He's not wrong. I'm not wrong. It's just, that's the cool thing about Whiskey Tube and following a bunch of different channels and trying to figure out whose palate lines up with yours and figuring out what you love.
Yeah. And that's what, anytime I'm going to spend over probably $100 on a bottle, I'm probably going to watch 6 different channels that review it to help me decide, like, okay, what's the overall consensus? Because one of us, is going to say one thing, but our palates don't always align. So
yeah, right. Ben Bernthal's in the house. He says, "What up, uglies?" He's such a diva. Aaron, what's up, buddy? Tim Evans is in the house. Cheers, Tim. Tim said Tim subbed to you guys. So Tim's a great guy.
Thanks, Tim.
Tim.
Yeah, he said hit the like. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. It helps. Ben said it would be too much work since you have so many allocated bottles. He's such an ass. Not ahead of stag, but still very good. Yeah, whatever, man. All right, guys. So what we've got, let's go over this blind flight. I'll let everybody know the rules. It's going to be fun. So while Chuck and TJ taste these 3 samples, they sent me a blind sample. I don't know what's in this, so I'm going to taste that. And while I'm doing that, they're going to play a little game. So they got 3 samples in front of them. We've got 4 categories, 24 possible points on this. First category is age. They're going to rank the 3 samples they have youngest to oldest. So they get a point for each of those that they get correct. They're going to get 2 bonus points if they nail the age on any of these. Category 2, they're going to say the type of whiskey, whether it's bourbon, rye, scotch, whatever. Could be anything. They get 1 point for each of those that get correct. Category 3 is finished or not. So 1 possible point on each one if they guess whether it's finished or not. Category 4 is going to be proof. They're going to rank proof lowest to highest, point for each one. And then they are going to get 2 bonus points if they're within 5 points on the proof. And then if they're tied, we'll have a tiebreaker. They add all their proofs. Closest to the total wins. So this should be fun. I can't wait to see what they come up with. In the meantime, guys, if you see the scrolling thing, we're giving away samples of Birthday Bourbon, Weller 12, and Michter's 10 Rye, and then Cigar Batch. So
we're going to quickly find out that I do all the video editing stuff. Chuck is in charge of all the tasting notes, and Brian's the humor. So
oh man, I almost just tossed this on the floor. I didn't put the cap back on. This is gonna be...
See, my wife is in the chat. I saw her just grab the New Riff Winter Whiskey and go make a cocktail with it. So,
oh, nice. What are you guys thinking about first sample?
I love that nose on the first one. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It gives away to. Well, I can't say too much because I'm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Help my
in a
No,
competition here.
please tell.
These boys aren't competitive at all. This should be good. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they come up with on these. Pat Biddle in for 3. What's up, Pat? So I'm going to draw these at the end of the night, guys. So make sure you email me at thewhiskeytornado@gmail.com if you win. I'll announce that again at the end. So, because I don't have everybody's information here. Eric was over with the new Frosted Glen from Whiskey Tornado, and I set a bottle on top of it and shattered it. I got to get him a new Glen.
I heard about the breakage incident. I didn't know the story.
I wasn't even drunk. Oh man, this is interesting. What'd you guys send me?
So that is, I'll just
don't tell me. Don't tell me what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't tell me what it is. I want to guess. It man, it smells really grapey. It smells almost like smells like an American malt or a Scotch. Doesn't smell like a bourbon. That's very unique.
Oh, I forgot what you sent him until now.
You know what it is, Chuck?
Yeah.
What in the world is that?
So, Chuck, just next week. So I get to tease Chuck, and it's really fun. So next week for Valentine's Day, and my wife already knows, we're going to Bardstown Bourbon Company for the new KBS release for their bourbon finished in KBS, and they're doing a dinner and all that. But along the way is Lux Row, and they just released a barrel strength Rebel 12-year. So I'm going to go see if I can pick that up.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I have the I have the 10-year that was actually a 12-year, and then Rebel Buffalo traced it and said, "Hey, we can get another $100 out of this if we apply for a 12-year label." But in their defense, they did up the proof to 120 from 100. But the 12-year I have that's really Rebel 10, labeled as Rebel 10, is fantastic. I imagine at 120 proof that would be really, really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. We'll see if they still have it, because they're only selling it from the gift shop. And it won't be till next Saturday we go out there, but we'll give it a shot. I'll probably walk away with a Discovery 7 for somebody. I don't know who would want that. A Fusion 7 for me, and a KBS.
This is weird. This tastes like it's finished in something. It's like, tastes the grape notes in it are so strong. It's like reminding me of cognac or something. Unless it's like an American single malt. Let's see. Brett says, "Dang, Rebel 12." Yep. Ben Bernthal, that KBS sounds interesting. Yeah, it does. I think that sounds really good, honestly.
That might be the first bourbon finished in beer barrels that I will enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. Jeremy Banks, haven't had anything in the prize pool tonight, so it's me. Awesome, Jeremy. Hopefully you win it, man.
Man.
What are you guys thinking?
I think they're all really good.
Have you tasted them or just smelled them? I haven't been watching.
Oh, I've tasted them.
Oh, you're tasted all of them? What's your favorite as far as taste? That won't reveal anything.
I think number one for me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
One or two.
One or two?
I take that back. Definitely 2 or 3.
Golly, this thing is like so grape heavy to me. I don't know if it's like finished in rum or finished in cognac or probably neither of those things. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna say it's 90 proof.
Close.
I would say, man.
I want the age. What do you think the age statement is? That's what I want to go with.
Oh, the age on it? All right, let me think. Boy, I don't know, because this could be, if you sent me some kind of like Highland Scotch and it's really old and doesn't taste old. Ben says port, maybe it's kind of got like a red amber color to it. I don't know how well that pops up, but it is kind of figgy and grapey. Doesn't dry me out too much though. It's sweet. Hashtag ignore Ben. Oh, Trey says that wooden chief on the wall is awesome. It is, isn't it? Speaking of, how about those Illini, man?
Hello. First place.
First place.
It'll be interesting next week when they take on Purdue in this household. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
TJ's in a house divided.
Yep. But we're all going to come together next Sunday, cheer on the Bengals.
I've been a Rams fan forever, so it's really hard for me to cheer for them though, since they moved to LA and I hate the owner. So, but I just can't stop. I can't stop cheering for them.
Yeah, one of the advantages to be an engineering teacher is I can make those in my spare time, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, you guys let me know when you're ready for category 1.
I'm ready for category 1.
You ready for 1, Chuck?
I think we can go with 1. So this is youngest, oldest, right?
Yep.
Youngest to oldest.
Who's going first, TJ?
I mean, I'll go first. I'm going to go youngest is 1, then 2, then 3. So just in order.
Just in order? Okay.
I was 1 being the youngest, 3 second youngest, 2 being the oldest.
Okay. Do you have any guesses on age?
I mean, number 1, I was going to guess 4 years. There's a youthful note there that's pretty predominant. So I figured maybe it's a bottled and bond. Well, I did, or at least 4 years. I think I was going to guess Bruce different than that. But so yeah, 4 years. I was going to say 6 years on number 2, and then 5 years on number 3.
Okay.
I said 3 years on 1, 5 years on 2, and 8 years on 3.
Okay. All right. So I won't reveal anything yet, but after one round, TJ's up 3-1.
Oh my word! You got some bonus points there.
Might have helped that I've been watching your channel. I even think I might know what each one is, but I'm not for sure.
Oh boy!
Oh jeez!
Oh man! Well, that's the advantage to watching the channel, I guess. All right. Category 2 is type of whiskey.
So being bourbon, rye.
Yeah, could be anything.
So I was at bourbon for 1-2.
Okay.
I'm watching TJ's face here.
I'm not giving anything away. I'm in the lead. I need to keep this,
Yeah.
record this, bragging rights for the rest of my life.
3 was throwing me off a little bit.
See, 2's the one that I'm not 100% sure on. I feel like I know 1 and 3, but I'm not for sure. So for me, Lance, 1 I've got as a rye, and then 2 and 3 I've got as bourbon.
Okay.
Interesting. I'll go straight bourbons. I don't think that youthful note could be disguising. I didn't get anything that was traditional. Rye, the herbal, no dill pickle.
So Chuck, you went.
I was just going bourbons. It's a push.
Bourbons. Okay. And then and then TJ, remind me, what was yours?
1 was a rye, and then 2 and
Okay.
3 are bourbons.
Okay.
3 was, the color was quite a bit different. Very light. But
Okay. After 2 rounds, Chuck gained 1 on you there. It's now 2-3.
Gosh.
we did not do very well there.
No, we did not.
Round 3. Finished or not?
Oh, gosh. At least now we know that I have no idea what the 3 samples are.
Yeah.
Let's go here. Trey Ryan's U of I alum. What's up, man? I'm so excited for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I have season tickets this year.
I am going to say they can keep the bigger the number on the ranking on them because it seems they play better.
Yeah,
and when that
exactly.
little number happens, they just suddenly we can't play anymore.
Yep. Indiana's going to be tough, though, man. They're a lot like Michigan State. They kind of scare me.
Well, that's the bad thing about the Big Ten is they're all really good. Then they beat each other up. Then come tournament time, they just can't do it because they're all beat up.
Yep.
So I'm going to go not finished, number 2 finished, not finished. So I'm going to say 2 is the only finished.
Okay.
Now I should have trusted my gut perhaps on number 1 because when I was tasting through them initially, I was like, I even wrote down, I questioned finish. So maybe TJ take the note.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1 is finished, 2 is finished, and 3 is not.
Okay. Okay, so you both did the same thing. Is that right?
No.
TJ went finished.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay, that's right. Yep.
All
right.
So 1 was the only. I went with 1 was not finished.
Okay. Wait.
And I need a big lead because going into proof Chuck's going to
And
win.
you said so, Chuck. You said 1 not finished, 2 finished.
That's correct.
Okay. I'm sorry. All right. After 3 rounds, it is all tied up.
Oh,
It is 4-4.
That's not good.
Glad I have a tiebreaker set just in case.
Oh no, I'm done. Proof Chuck. Oh, you can't go against Chuck with proof.
Is this the lowest aggregate score that you've ever had, on the?
Yeah, this is the first time I've done this, so this is the first time. So you guys are setting the benchmark.
Well, good. People can't. It's like what is it? Top. What is it? Car and drive or not car and driver? Shoot, what was the BBC driving?
Oh, Top Gear.
Top Gear.
We're just really
celebrity
bad.
and a reasonably priced car. Yeah, we're not the Stig. Okay, Lance is the Stig.
No. Yeah.
No. First game, Illini versus Wisconsin, homecoming 89 or 90. Awesome whiskey roast. All right, and that last category is proof. Lowest to highest, bonus points if you're within 5.
Okay, so I'm gonna go lowest, number 1.
Okay.
Then number 3, and then number 2.
Okay. How about you, TJ?
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
The finish on the last two was deceiving. It's just like tons of cinnamon, and it was hard to assess.
Yeah.
Just like the mouth was just. Whew.
Yeah.
You knew it was higher.
All right. What do you think the proof on one was?
I was going to 106.
Okay.
I'm going 100.
That's like betting $1 in Price is Right. Like, come on.
That's how you get the prize. Okay.
So yeah, so the good thing is here, it doesn't really matter because you guys only get bonus points if you're within 5 proof points, right? So it's not who's closest. So
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, because that's what I always do to Ben and Ed. I just try to go one over them or one under them. So all right. On number 2, what do you think the proof was, Chuck?
Let's go 122. This was definitely higher to me.
110.
Okay. And then TJ, we'll go you first on 3.
115.
Chuck?
118.
Price is Right. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Do we tie?
It is 7-7. It is 7-7. All right. So you guys, if you want, I'm not going to tell you, anything about the proofs yet. So the tiebreaker on this is closest to total proof of the 3 combined.
Oof.
Oh gosh.
So you guys don't have to go with the numbers you just gave me. You can switch it up if you want. That's up to you. Just give me a total number.
Okay.
I can't believe you guys actually tied.
Well, first time we got to take it all the way to the tiebreaker.
This is awesome.
I'm going
Todd
320.
F. What's up? What's up, buddy? Okay.
Chuck's like 321.
Oh, I'm going more than that. So we'll go 329.
All right. Now, did you guys just add yours up out of curiosity? I didn't add them up yet. Or did you?
I would have been higher. No, I adjusted mine down a little bit.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
And I adjusted mine up a little bit.
Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. I don't want to reveal the bottle. Ooh, that was close. Gotta hide it. All right. So for sample 1 on age, I can't remember. I didn't write down what you guys said. I just said who got the point. For order, you guys went. TJ cleaned up on this. Actually, I wonder if I should just put all 3.
I think he went 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went 1, 2, 3, which was the correct
1, 2, 3.
order.
The youthful note on number 1 is pretty evident. So that was a
So that
easy indicator.
That was a good call. Okay, here we go. So the age on 1 was 5 years old.
Oh.
You guys are really close. One said 4 and one said 6 or something.
Chuck said 4, I said 3.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. 4 and 3. Yep. So you guys definitely got the youthful note on that. The age on 2 was 13.
Wow.
Yeah. So what'd you guys say on the age there?
I said 6.
I said 5.
Yeah. So yeah, 13. The age on 3 was 26.
Wow. Okay.
What?
So that's not a bourbon. Good to know. That's where we lost our points.
yeah, that's exactly right. Next category. Number 1 was a bourbon.
Okay.
Number 2 was a rum.
Oh, okay.
And number 3 was a Canadian whiskey.
See, and I got a little bit of like earthy dirt notes. So I was like, maybe that's the Hirsch.
I knew you guys would think I was going to send you the herd.
That makes
That's
sense
why
too
I
from the
didn't do it.
color perspective. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's super light. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so next category was finished or not. Number 1 was not. Number 2 was. Number 3 was not.
Oh, so
So
Chuck got the
yeah, Chuck got the
right
2
game
there.
down.
Yep. 4. This was the crazy one to me, the proof, and this was.
I agree, Ben. He's a jerk for throwing a rum in there
and a Canadian whiskey.
and a Canadian whiskey.
Hey, I mean, if you mix it all together, I think you got Discovery 7, Chuck, and that's what you're looking forward to.
That's true. That's true. We ought
no rum in there. Yeah, that might be Discovery 8.
Actually, we ought to mix these up later, make our own little discovery. So the proof on sample 1 was you guys actually TJ nailed this. It was lowest proof to highest proof. It was 120 on the first sample.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you guys it drinks really good for 120.
No kidding.
Drinks really good for 120. Sample 2 is 126 proof. So you guys are pretty close. At least
closer. Yeah, I was
closer.
within 5 points on that. I said 122.
And 3 was the one that shocked me because that's 156 proof. So hopefully you didn't drink that much of it.
I mean, I know. I think I know what this is. Is this the what is it? Unobtainium?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
So
I've been wanting to try a sample of this.
Yeah. So I'll just reveal these one at a time for you guys. So the first one you guys had was Driftless Glen A1 pick. So you guys nailed that it was younger. But yeah, the proof on it, I love this pick for a 5-year. If you want to call it craft distillery, is Driftless Glen considered craft distillery? I would assume, right?
I think so. Yep.
I think so. I mean, they're doing amazing things. To me, that thing is just like almost like a Heath bar. It's just so good. I love it. It's really good. What'd you guys think of that one?
I liked it. Honestly, the nose to me was really nice, and I almost thought it was initially just even older than 4 years, which turned out to be 6, I guess. But the cherry and oak, and then it kind of subsided to then you got a little bit of those youthful notes. Mm-hmm. If you would have made me pick a distillery, I would have said Woodinville, just because it has a very nice, robust, high rye mash bill. You can tell, and then that still a little bit of youth, which they're in Wisconsin, so even though it's 6 years, maybe the aging is not equivalent to 6 years. So it'll be interesting to see their product as it continues to mature.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we've tasted Driftless a couple times. Chuck's got a little connection there for us. But all the when we taste craft, the only thing I want to see is promise and hope. And they're one of those that absolutely have it. Like that, I've never tasted a Driftless Glen pick that I'm just like, I don't like it. Like there's everything there's hints of good stuff, and it's just one of those. Just like Woodinville, I'm like, I want an 8-year product from them because it's just going to be amazing.
Right. Hopefully they do. You look at New Riff and you keep thinking, they keep coming out with 4 year. It's been like 4 years, and they keep coming out with 4 year. It's like, come on, man. Give me the older stuff.
Yeah, they've got older stuff in the works though.
All right, good.
So yeah, it's good. Slowly coming. Might only be to us whiskey club members, but I'll share a sample.
Awesome. All right, number 2, one of my favorite of all time that I had to share with you guys, and it's Grander Rum, finished in Woodinville barrels for 13 years, and
wow,
that thing just is like cream soda. It's just so good to me. And that's
I don't drink a lot of rum, but man, that's good.
Isn't that good stuff, man?
Yeah, definitely. As soon as you said rum, I knew which one it was because I've got a bottle of that, but mine's finished in Heaven Hill rye barrels.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's so good. It's like, and everyone that tastes it, I haven't had anybody call it as a rum blind. It's, it's so thick and rich, and man, it's good. It's good stuff.
I figured it was finished, but I was thinking the other way around. That maybe it was a bourbon finished in a rum barrel, not a rum finished in a bourbon barrel.
Yeah. So this one actually, and I think they put it in Woodford barrels for 12 years, and then in a toasted oak barrel for another year. So I think that's you're getting a lot of those like deep vanilla kind of notes to it. It's just absolutely.
What's interesting, I wrote down toasted. So that's
Did you
get some of those classic like allspice and nutmeg notes that kind of come through at the end. Yeah.
Awesome, man. And then the last one here is this is the Mash and Journey / Shelf Turds, which are now being called whiskeychannel.com or something. This is their pick that they did through Cat's Eye Distillery. It's Canadian whiskey, 26 years old. And to me, it's not overly, and it's in the most tater bottle you've ever seen in your life. It's so fantastic. Except this damn thing, cutting this open, there's no tab. So you had to cut through all the sprinkles, and I've got sprinkles in my house everywhere. Just every time I touch this bottle, sprinkles go. It makes me mad. But that to me isn't like overly complex, and the finish isn't crazy long. It's just like a punch of like intense flavor. And then it could get you in trouble.
Oh yeah. It definitely makes me want to get one of those bottles now. Like I've been eyeing one of those because everybody in the whiskey community is raving about them, and so now I'm like, yep, gotta find one.
So I've had Obtainium. In fact, I think the owner of Cat's Eye Distillery kind of got mad at me because I didn't do a review. Somebody did a review, and I said that I had only had one Obtainium pick, and it tasted like cat piss. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was the worst bottle of whiskey I've ever had. Actually, I still have it. I can send you guys a sample.
Yeah, please, thanks. Yeah,
send it
and
to
I'm
Brian.
like, it was
Brian.
horrible. And he got kind of, I could tell he was a little ticked off for me saying it. I'm like, look, man, it's not good. And he's like, well, that was Jim Beam's 6-year corn whiskey. And I'm like, yeah, it tasted like 6-year Jim Beam corn whiskey. It was not good. But I think this is a lot better, So I think it just depends which Obtainium you get. But he just bought a ton of barrels, So
yeah.
And for something like a Mash and Journey pick, I'm sure he rolled out some of the good stuff he's got sitting in the back.
Oh,
yeah. So 26-year-old Canadian whiskey at Hazmat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what do you think of that one, Chuck?
I get this odd celery note. If that
really,
it's like it smells like a bunch of celery.
I just get bubble gum.
I do get some bubble gum as well.
Bubble gum. I got like vanilla fair taffy at like 156 proof.
Yes, please. I'd probably buy more fair taffy if that was good.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of people in that line at the fair.
So the overall total proof for this was 402.4. They were all high proof. Yeah. So Chuck, you won. I'm glad you didn't adjust too much. If you would have went down too much more and TJ would have came up a little bit more, we might have had to have another tiebreaker. But Chuck wins by nine little points on the bonus question.
I'd just like to take this moment to thank all the people that got me here. TJ for introducing me to bourbon.
I mean, your success is my success, so it all works out.
That's a hard fought battle. I didn't expect it to be that close, honestly.
Neither did I.
That was close. You guys did great, man. That was hard, especially like throwing such high proof stuff at you guys. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, both the last two, I don't drink a lot of rum and haven't had a lot of Canadian whiskeys either, especially at that proof point. So both of those were taking me out of my typical rye bourbon wheelhouse.
Yeah. Now that you know what everything is, which was your favorite tonight?
I think the rum.
Yeah, the rum. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I'm Unobtainium. I really liked it.
You like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
As it's
awesome.
Almost gone.
You better be careful.
I only poured half the bottle,
but. So guys, on the flight, the Old Forester Birthday Bourbon, Weller 12, Michter's 10. Right now, we only have somebody's got a good chance of winning here.
And Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend. Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah, and Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend. We've got 9 entries, so just 9 entries so far. And then our Patreon. You guys have a list of your Patreon members?
Yeah.
How many? How do you know how many? Not to put you on the spot.
I've got it on tab. We've got 9.
Okay, so let's see. What I'll do, I'll add your Patreon members in on this as well.
All right.
Let's see.
Ed doesn't get a double.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I haven't even seen Ed comment, so Ed's not. He is not even in the list. So. Hey TJ, can you text me your Patreon members real quick? Their names, and then I'll enter them in this drawing too. All right, let's see. We'll go through. What's everybody drinking tonight? Let us know. While we're doing that,
Ed's there.
Oh, he is? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. He had to finish his insure before he jumped on here.
His insure.
Let's see. Rob Stewart, Treaty Oak does a barreled gin Waterloo Antique that hits at 153. Dang.
I like eggnog.
Tastes like daggum eggnog. Daggum is a good word.
Driftless Glen's barrel-aged gin. That's pretty good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call it eggnog, so I'd be interested to try that Waterloo Antique.
Yeah. Actually, the first person to ever send me a bottle was Ben Bernthal, and he sent me Treaty Oak. That's Texas, right? They're out of Texas. Was it Treaty Oak? I might be wrong. Shoot. Where's Treaty Oak out of? Ben, what was that first bottle you sent me that tasted like shit?
Make sure you send us a sample of that too.
I'll send you a sample of that one too.
Right.
I think it was Treaty Oak. I might be wrong though. Garrison Brothers finished in port. Man, I haven't tasted anything from Garrison Brothers that I like either. You guys like Garrison Brothers?
So I've been hesitant to pull the trigger on those just based on age, and haven't heard great reviews. So
and price.
I've been waiting
like,
on that.
And price, yeah, it's so
it's
expensive.
like Whistle Pig. They're just like, we're gonna mark everything as secondary, and good luck.
Well, you guys know me. Like, I don't shy away from price if it comes with age from MGP or Tennessee.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Ben will comment in the comments like 2 years in Texas is the equivalent of 4 years in Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
For a person or a bottle of bourbon?
I mean,
a barrel of bourbon.
Definitely not person, because he's got to blow on his jambalaya to make sure it's cool enough to eat. So
can we trust his taste buds if he can eat that jambalaya?
Man, Ed can cook.
Yes, he can. All right. Well, so Lance, you haven't said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, well, what's throwing me is if this is an American single malt, I think it's going to be younger. If it's a Scotch, I think it's going to be older.
I think we should just do to you what you did to us. So age, type, finish, and proof.
Okay.
So you did
age,
proof is 90.
Yeah, proof. I'm going to go 90. Age. I'm going to go. Man. I'm going to go 12, and it's going to be like a 3-year American malt or something.
Go with the gut, Lance.
Yeah. Finished. I'm going to say, yes, it is finished. Getting so much grape. If I had to say, what was the other one? Price? What'd you say?
No, type.
Oh, type. I'm gonna go like some kind of like Highland Scotch.
Okay.
But it's probably I don't know if you guys even drink that stuff, so it's probably like some kind of. That's why I think it might be an American single malt. I don't know, man.
So we did just do a Scotch episode where we did one from each region.
Or did you send me some kind of Starlight that I've never had?
I sent you a 25-year Armagnac.
Oh, Armagnac. Well, hey,
you're so close, Lance. You're so close. You're like, this is really grapey. And I was like, yeah, go.
And I was like saying cognac. And so that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were there.
Man. But then, you start questioning yourself so much. I'm like, no, if I go cognac, I'm going to look like such an idiot. And but that's what I thought. I thought it was cognac or finished in cognac is what I thought. So
cognac, Armagnac, just different regions. So.
Yeah, exactly. But very, it just tastes like grape to me. Really heavy grapes.
Yeah. So I've started branching out a little bit because you can get a 25-year-old Armagnac for like $100, which you can't get with bourbon. So it's been kind of interesting.
And I'm pissed off I didn't go cognac now. That would have been better, but yeah, that's so grapey. When I smelled it, I thought this is all grapes.
Yep.
But yeah, the color's really nice on it. But now that you say 25 years, geez, that makes sense. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, screw Ed. He's on. All right, good. What was Calumet 15? I'm not sure what that was in response to. I'm just trying to catch up on the chat.
Drinking tonight.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, Calumet 15. Yep,
that's a good one.
Yeah. Did you guys taste the Sam Houston 15?
So I've enjoyed the Sam Houstons a little bit more than the Calumet. I know they're pretty close, but.
Oh, Ed, man, you're too kind, buddy. Let's see.
Yeah, I would definitely go the Sam Houstons over the Calumet, but I don't know. I still can't go with the price tag on the Sam Houston even. So
yeah, I got sent Sam Houston in 2 blinds and I nailed it. I knew exactly what it was because it was so like medicinal cherry to me, which it wasn't bad, but it just for that price, I don't know.
So I got to know, have you revisited your Master's Keep 1 lately?
No, I have not. So
I was the same. So because we've talked, I was the same as you when we first tried it, that it was a little bit of a disappointment. We called it, what was it? Crushable. So we did a review on it recently and we went back to it because Chuck hadn't had it. It was a lot better.
Was it really?
Yeah, I was actually impressed with it.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'll have to go back and taste it again. Yeah, because it's had time to open up now. I've just sent samples out, but haven't had it again. I think, my big problem with that was it's just like if it was a toasted Russell's at $75, I'd have been all in. And that wasn't my idea saying that. That was one of our Patreon members that said that. And I agree with him. It's like, but for $200, it's tough at that 100 proof point, especially when I compare the 17-year at the same price. The viscosity and the mouthfeel, the 17-year, and just the complexity was just so much better to me than the 1. But I don't know if that's just me or not, because clearly a lot of people love it.
And that's, I guess, where we lucked out is the 1 was our first Master's Keep, so we don't have the 17 to compare to it.
Oh, have you guys not had the 17?
Nope.
I've not.
Man, if I didn't have this much left, I would send you samples.
You're good.
Yeah, but oh my God, it's so good. Ed hated it, so don't listen to Ed. But no, I think he came around to it later. But because the thing with the 17-year, I can totally see how a lot of people will not like it because I think it's sat in the barrel so long. It's got such heavy char notes that it does come off. Not peated, but it has those kind of Scotch notes. It's like super heavy clove, like really heavy clove and kind of medicinal cherry. But it's so good. But if you don't like I don't want to say Scotch because people get the wrong idea about it. But Ed doesn't like Scotch, hates peated stuff. And he was not a fan of it when we tasted it blind. But then I think he came around later.
Well, I mean, anytime I send Ed a sample, I've got peanut extract, and I just send it in the bottle, and we're good.
Big Vic said, "Let's go Rams." Damn right. Damn right.
I don't think so. No.
Been such an asshole.
I think we just got to do another one of these where we send Ben a blind and then we give him a hard time. Like, we don't try it. We just do Ben.
Yeah, we just put him on the firing wall. That sounds good. Oh, shocker. Ed's having some Knob Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Had a Booker's with dinner last night, Ed, and thought of you.
People who don't like 17 BIB were dropped on their heads as children. That I think saying it's extremely medicinal is accurate. It's accurate. But I normally would not like that, but that 17 year is just special. It's good stuff, man. It's really hard to explain.
So I'm not gonna lie, I love the fact that this is the first year Ed is gonna have probably a heart attack because Jim Beam announced that they are going to do a limited edition Booker's release only for the people that are in the subscription service. And he can't be in it because he's not Kentucky or DC.
Yeah, but he knows somebody that.
But he knows you.
He does.
Yeah.
He's getting a sample. Like, yeah, that's gonna happen.
I'm gonna pour some of this Obtainium, but I'm getting sprinkles everywhere again. This stuff's dangerous, man. Oh. All right. Is everybody in that wants to be in for the giveaway? We'll give it just a couple minutes here, and then we'll select our winners here. So what do you guys have coming up? What's coming up on your channel?
So we're working on our best whiskeys / finish or whiskeys and ryes of the year. And then we've got a really cool idea that we've been floating for March and we're excited to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a set of distilleries and we're going to draft them out for our March Madness bracket. So each of us will pick what we want. We're going to set an overall salary cap for our whatever we draft. And then we've got to enter in to see if we can win. So
that'll be awesome.
It'll be a lot
add
of
some
fun.
competition in with the tastings and reviews.
So, I mean, I'm going to draft Heaven Hill and put in Mellow Corn. I'm pretty excited about that
one. That'll be cool, man.
Yeah, last year we did a Bottle the Bond bracket, so just playing off of March Madness. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
figured
awesome.
we'd do something similar for March this year.
Yeah, we're just hoping we hit 1,000. We're at almost 900, which after a year we're pretty excited about. Like,
hell yeah, man!
3 guys that have never done YouTube video editing or anything like that. So
yeah, that's what's the hardest thing about running a channel so far? Do you guys think?
So we're very different from a lot of channels because we're 3 very different places and we always record in to do it. But it's good because you get 3 completely different palettes and everything like that, 3 different price points. I mean, we got Chuck, who's the whale, and he can buy whatever he wants, which is great. So we make, like, no matter who you are, one of us is going to hit your demographic, which is cool. But yeah, so that makes a challenge because a lot of people get to do the really cool camera setup, and we got to do 3 people's camera setup every time. So yeah, it's definitely not easy, and you have to have tough skin. And you see people start a channel and then and do it for a month or so, and then you'll see them die out and then come back and die out. So the channels like yours that have put in the work and keep going along and, trying to get better. And those are the channels I love to see succeed, so kudos to you guys for having the courage to just get on here and talk bourbon. Cause
it's not a forgiving world.
Appreciate that, Lance. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was going to say that's one of the hard, or just for one of our strengths is that we have the three of us that can bring a diversity of palates and opinions. But that's also means that you're trying to coordinate 3 schedules.
That's tough.
Chaotic life.
Which is why you'll see all 3 of us, sometimes 2 of us, sometimes me and my wife. Like, we just go with what we can.
Yeah, I think consistency is definitely key. How many videos do you guys try to do a month? I mean, a week.
1 a week as of
1
right
a week.
now, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the important thing, what I found at least in running a channel is, a lot of people will try to do, these crazy schedules and do, 1 a day or 1 every other day, and then I think it's real easy for it to not become fun at that point. So, you have to I have to keep in mind, I want to do this forever, and I don't care about subscribers. I don't care about money. I want to make sure that I'm doing this and connecting with the people who are watching the channel. And I think some of the channels that grow a lot have a real struggle with actually connecting with the people that are watching their channel. And that part actually scares me as we grow, because I like knowing everybody's name. Like, I enjoy meeting people, and I keep saying that, it's definitely relationships over the hunt. So I think a lot of people have that backwards and think it's the hunt over the relationships. And I think they're missing the whole point of bourbon. And when you run a channel, you can really miss the whole point of bourbon if you get too focused on trying to turn out a bunch of videos and watching those like numbers and watching those subscriber numbers. And it's just sometimes I won't even look at that for a month. I'll just I'm not even going to care about it and just try to do my 2 videos a week, and do things I want to do and not worry about everything else. So,
yeah, I mean, we originally did the channel I started with bourbon because I was like, I live in Kentucky. I've got to like bourbon. Apparently, like it's
right,
required. Yeah, it has to happen. So then naturally, I just sent it to 2 of my buddies, which is Chuck and Brian. And after a year of us trying bourbon, we're like, why don't we just record this and throw it up on YouTube and share it? Because we never thought we'd hit 1,000 subscribers, 800, 900, whatever we're at now. We just want to share, this is our thoughts on.
I think that's what was beautiful about it. So it started organically. We went through this journey from start to finish, and it was like, wait a second. There might have been somebody else out there that didn't have that knowledge, that information, and we can help them from no matter where they are, whether they're starting, middle, mature bourbon connoisseur.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we have something for them, and that's one of the reasons that we've tried to be consistent as far as once a week, but we try not to push it too much because we realize that content's important. Some of our Patreon members really appreciate the reviews, I think. And so that's why we continue to do those. And, reviews don't get a lot of views. So if you were chasing things on YouTube, you're not going to do those. But, that's something that would matter to me if I was if I'm going to go buy a new release, or I want to hear people's opinions on it before I go spend my money. So, we continue to put out that content.
Yeah. Go ahead, TJ.
I was just gonna say, if we want to be number 1 on YouTube, we just say best and top every single week. That's all we do.
Exactly right. It's I try to just do reviews because I know the people who follow my channel, that's what most of them are watching, the reviews on the newest stuff coming out. But those, you're right, don't hit search engines and don't get a lot of views outside of the people who subscribe to your channel. And you'll see a lot of channels that are chasing numbers put out nonstop, like top bourbons under $30, and then top bourbons under $20, and then top 5 bourbons and it's just top 5, and it's just, man, that gets old. And I think, I do that occasionally. So halfway through the year, I'll do a top 5 video because damn, does it drive subscription numbers. And then at the end of the year, I'll do another one. But other than that, I try not to do more than a few of those a year, with the majority of those being towards the end of the year. When you're talking about the holidays, so you have your top Thanksgiving and Christmas bourbons. But other than that, I don't want to be a channel that's always chasing subscribers. So You know, I want to reward the people that are already here watching and are fans of the channel. But yeah, they're just not going to get as many views when you do. Like next week, I have Barrel Bourbon 2022 New Year release. I mean, that's not going to get that many views. So, but
you got somebody that
I'll watch it, Lance.
You'll watch it. All right. Did you guys review that?
We got to film ours. Chuck and I both have a sample. So
okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those that is one of our staples. Like, so for New Year's every year we drink Pappy 15, but that's gone, and now we're switching to Old Carter 14. Every New Year, Chuck buys the new barrel New Year.
Yeah, I've got the full vertical now. I'm all the way back to 2017.
Nice. Heather said TJ as an educator just wants to teach people. Yeah, he expanded from physics to bourbon and whiskey. Yep. That's cool, man. You're covered in nuts. Name that movie.
Don't know that one.
Don't know that one?
Yeah.
Thanks, Rich.
I mean, that's like at the end of the day, that's what I love doing. And even though it doesn't drive subscribers, it's fun to, and even buy craft stuff, just like explore the new stuff is so much fun.
Yeah. I really enjoy a lot of channels. You know, you talk to a lot of creators and they really hate the editing process, but I'm really getting in as somebody that, you know, I majored in marketing in college. I'm really getting into the photography, to the videography. Trying to learn more, and as you know, as a 45-year-old guy, it takes a lot because I'm dumb. So for me to learn new stuff is tough. But you know, learning Adobe Pro, learning sound, learning lighting, you know, trying to film and shoot stuff and just keep up and make better and better content for people is tough. But it's really fun. I really enjoy that part of the process, learning how to do that stuff and making better and better content.
And that's where I cheat. I've got students that are like, oh, I love photography. I'm like, hey, you want to help me out? And they're like, I'm interested in bourbon. I'm like, you're 21? Okay, I will help you out with your bourbon journey if you help me out with the photography journey.
That's funny.
Which is why our pictures on Instagram have exponentially increased.
Yeah. Rich said tops are nice, but hearing about unknown bourbons is good to hear about. Yeah, for sure. And you know, you'll see a lot of channels get in that trap of only reviewing the hard to find allocated stuff. It's because they're chasing those views and clicks and likes. And you know, Starlight, we review Starlight. It just does not get as many clicks and views as Stag Junior or an allocated bottle. It just won't.
Yeah.
So if you're doing those, you have to do it because you really love it and you want to educate the audience you already have.
Well, and at the end of the day, like we're looking at doing a Starlight pick for our Patreon community because I'm a believer in Starlight. Well, my wife is a member of their wine club, and we always get to go do a lot of cool stuff over there, but they got really good stuff. So
yeah, absolutely. Keep it real. It's appreciated. Thanks, Pat.
Movie.
Let's see. Home from travel. I'm getting in. Hopefully Stellan Pick is still available. I guess you're talking about my Stellan Pick at A1. I was in there Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday, right before the snow hit. And they still had some in. So hopefully you should be able to grab some.
Speaking of your Stellan Pick.
What'd you guys think?
I love it. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's good, right?
I got a little sample right here.
Nice.
I would say, what is it? 5 gum, the wintergreen. That's what I get.
That's what you get?
Yeah. It's really good, though.
Yeah, we had a blast picking it. I get like a ton of like, the more I drank it, the more like orange I got on it. And we were saying like the like orange candies your grandma used to have with like the sugar on it, you know. I don't know if you ever had those, but that's what we got a lot of. I called it, you know, melons, because at the time I was getting honeydew melon notes, which I still get, but there's so much citrus and orange to it, tobacco. And then I can see where you talk about the spearmint kind of gum. I get that a little bit too. But yeah, it's just really well balanced, I think, for 117 proof. But yeah, I'm interested to see what notes you guys get on it.
I mean, I was picking up apricot initially, which, you know, apricot, citrus, those kind of go together.
Yeah.
I was saying, and I'm not a huge Stellum fan. Like their Stellum bourbon, Stellum rye is not the best in my opinion, but their single barrels have all been really good hitters.
Yeah.
And your rye is absolutely amazing.
Well, the variances, like, you know, we had 6 samples, and the rep brought us a sample of the bourbon. He's like, "This is fire. I think you're gonna love this." And we tasted it. I was like, I don't like it. It's not that good. And then he gave us the first rye, and I was like, "This isn't that good either. I'm not gonna put my name on it." And then I started getting worried, like, man, I have an opportunity to do my first pick, and I'm gonna turn all these down.
Yeah.
Am I being a picky asshole, or you know, are these better than I think? You start questioning everything and worrying about what you're gonna say to the guy as he's sitting there. And he couldn't have been nicer. He was like, "If you don't like any of them, don't worry. You know, you don't have to put your name on them." And the third one was really good. Fourth one was okay. And then the fifth one was this one. And I was like, holy crap, this one's fantastic. And then I had my wife mix my top 2 up, and I left the room and came back, and I was like, that's the one I loved. I know it is. And she's like, yep, you're right. That's the one you loved. So that's the one we went with. And I couldn't be happier with it. It's really good if you like rye.
Yeah. And that's the fun thing about doing single barrel picks, and why, like, I feel like as whiskey tubers, we want to do it for our Patreon members, is there's a 20% or so variance in each barrel. And it's amazing how different that can come out when you're trying it. Like, you don't think 20% is a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. You see people all the time who've never been on a barrel pick go, oh, that's just bullshit marketing. There's not that much variance between barrels. And you're wrong. There is a lot of variance between barrels.
Which makes it amazing that they put out the consistent products that they do under their standard labels. That they're blending all of these flavors together and then having to balance that.
Yeah, it really is amazing. I mean, those guys that are blending and distilling are really, really amazing at what they do to be able to get a consistent profile, taking all those different barrels that have all these variances. It is amazing what they do. Ed's a big winner. It's the heat. You guys see that? Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCartney. She went to college where I went to college.
Oh.
SIU Carbondale.
I think I have seen that movie, but I would not have seen it enough to be able to quote it.
I'm impressed Ed got that.
I went to your stepsister college, SIUE Edwardsville.
Yeah. The one that didn't party quite as much.
Correct.
Did you guys set cars on fire? And
Nope. We just had lots of land and, you know, deers.
We were in, let's see, the year I was there from 95 to 99. And I think in 94, SIU was the #1 party school in Playboy magazine.
I believe it.
Not many people made it out of there alive. Let's see. All right, I got to do this drawing. I think we got everybody now. So let's see here.
Yeah, Rich, we've really enjoyed those High West double rye picks.
Yeah, for sure. We got one coming out.
The value, they're hard to beat. 45 bucks or something.
$45 is the one we just did, and it's finished in Manhattan barrels. And
that one's that's really interesting, Lance. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it took me a little bit to get my head wrapped around it when we were tasting it, because you know, it was finished in Manhattan barrels for 1 year and 4 months. So
it's a long time. Yeah, it's a long finish.
It's a long finish. It's an orange bomb, but the vermouth comes through. So like if you're not a fan of vermouth, it'll take you a little bit to kind of get your head wrapped around it. But like, I'd be interested to see how that is on. I don't drink many whiskeys on ice, but I could see, like, in the summer putting that on ice would be fantastic.
So just because I'm super mean and I enjoy this so much, Chuck, throw another bottle in. What should you choose? Just pick something. Let's go. Chop, chop.
You already threw it.
Nope. Do another one. Let's go. Chop, chop. You got.
What?
I know you got extra bourbon around.
I do have extra bourbon.
Yeah. We can increase this.
Trevor Daly just got in.
Yeah,
just in the nick of time.
Trevor got in. Let's go. Chuck has more bourbon than he knows what to do with, so let's empty his cabinets a little bit.
Yeah, Melissa McCartney's Jenny McCarthy's cousin. Jenny McCarthy also went to school when I was there at SIU. Then she got a boob job and dropped out and did the whole Playboy thing, which ended up being a smart move. She lives up by you, Brett, I think. Isn't she up in Naperville with one of the Wahlbergs? Let's see.
I mean, let's be honest. If I wasn't sending MGP or Barrel or Dickel, so I'd throw up a pour of Batch 31.
Oh, man, I haven't had
really
that yet.
Stuff.
I heard it's really good.
Yeah. It's bunker worthy. In the words of Whiskey
gotta,
Tornado.
Nice.
Yeah, you're going to have to pour 2 samples and then a third for Lance.
No. Yeah. Lance is going to have – Lance has already got a bottle.
No, I haven't got a bottle of 31 yet, but I will. I will have a bottle. You can send me that cigar batch, though. I don't have that. Darren Lane, what's up, man? Cheers, buddy.
My wife is calling you out, Chuck.
Uh-oh.
What was that? It's hiding – yeah. So we're in the works. This is all going to change. We're finishing the basement, putting in a really nice bar. So.
Oh, nice.
I would say you and me both.
Because literally, you just open every cabinet in my house and it's got bourbon in it.
Yeah. And then they call me and they're like, "What'd you do to my wonderful child, Chuck?"
All right, let's see. I got this. We're calling it. This no more entries. So there's a 1 in 14 chance some you guys can win this flight. And out of the Patreon members, let's see, there's 44. So we'll see here. We'll go Patreon first. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 44.
But not Ed.
And it went with 44. So I don't know if you guys can see that. It went with 44. So that would be Mike. That's one of your Patreon members.
Oh, that is my father-in-law.
Oh, this is rigged. This is rigged.
So you just send those to me?
Yeah. No, I have his address.
All right. Thanks, Chuck. Thanks. All right. For everyone else here, I'll let you guys pick a number between 1 and 14.
Chuck, you gave up 2 samples. You go for it.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Pat Biddle.
All right, Pat.
Pat Biddle. I don't know Pat, but I'm glad he won. So, Pat, you have to email me at thewhiskeytornado@gmail.com. And then I can – Chuck, you want me to just send his address to you and you can send those to him?
Yep, that works.
Does that work? Okay.
Yep.
All right, cool. And then I'll send my samples to you as well, Pat. But that's a good haul, man. Got a good haul for, I think he put in $10. So you got an Old Forester birthday bourbon sample, Michter's Rye 10. Oh yeah, he's still in here. Great, man.
Yeah.
Weller 12 cigar batch and batch 31 a barrel. That would cost you a penny at a bar. So
yeah.
I was just in San Diego last week and really nice. It was called the Whiskey House. 4,000 bottles of whiskey. But any like birthday bourbon would have been probably 200 a pour. Anything remotely allocated, limited was
through the
on the other side. They had a Discovery Copper and Kings for $20 a pour.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Breaking out the Blantons?
Yep. Breaking out the Blantons.
Gee
trying to finish
whiz.
this bottle off.
Just went full tater.
Yeah, that's gonna taste like water after 156
Yeah,
proof
no
titanium.
Just cleansing my palate.
To be fair, Blanton's mainly tastes like water, but we'll go with it.
That's true.
That's Basil Hayden's. Basil Hayden's is here. Blanton's is like a little bit better than water.
Hey, Basil Hayden was your starting whiskey. You can't
got me into bourbon. I'm bad mouthing. It's just what it is.
So Pat, I'm gonna type that again, man. So you make sure you get your address to me. All right. Well, guys, this has been fun, man. Thanks for coming on the channel. If you guys haven't subscribed, go subscribe to Power of Bourbon. They do a lot of fun stuff, man. I'm excited for you guys. You're gonna hit 1,000 really shortly. Not that it matters, but it's cool to just do, you know. There's remember how hard it was to hit the first 100? And that was tough.
I mean, we're excited to hit 1,000 because, like I said, we get to start auctioning off Chuck's bourbon because he's got more
we already started.
To do with. Yeah, exactly. And the night we hit 1,000 and we finally get to do the, you know, the super chat and all that fun stuff, I'm putting up my Pappy 15. So
awesome,
it'll be a fun night.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm sure your father-in-law will win it, but whatever.
No. My father-in-law is not allowed to win it because he's got a Pappy 15 hidden away, unopened.
Let's do this. We'll go for I'll do one more flight since for those that are still on here of the Old Forester, the Michter's 10, the Weller 12, for our Patreon members. So do pick a number between 1 and 43, TJ.
26.
26. All right, that is Fred Fabrilio. I don't know if I pronounced your name right, Fred, but Fred's a Patreon member of mine, so that's awesome. So Fred, I will send you those, buddy.
Cheers, Fred.
Yep, cheers. Wait, oh, sorry, I was just reading Ed's comment here. Can't wait for that. Yeah, when's your next live stream, guys?
So we're working on that. It'll be in February for sure. We don't know exactly what
probably are revealing our top 5 whiskeys of the year or of
Rise
2022 or 2021 rather.
Whiskey/Rise. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome, man. I'm interested to see where Hard Truth falls.
This is a hard category because you have finished Rise, you have finished bourbons. I mean, the cigar blends in there, the triple stave from Bardstown.
That's tough.
The Rise. So,
what about the Ferran? Is the Bardstown Ferran in there?
So I didn't put the Ferran in there. I need to revisit this because I didn't have a favorable opinion of my first couple times tasting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I put the cigar blend from New Riff in, or not from New Riff, from Starlight in.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that is a crazy rye.
It is totally just
bourbon.
Like I don't know. Oh shoot, what am I? Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Yeah.
Like I know exactly what it is, and I'm like, I don't want to rate it because I'm biased, but it's just so good.
Yeah, it's so unique that's one that's just gonna really stand out in a blind, I would think. Because there's nothing nothing like that. There's nothing like that that I've tasted.
And to be fair, the bourbon, because I've got both the bourbon and the rye, the bourbon is far superior to the rye. Like the rye doesn't come close.
Really? Yeah. I think I've had 2 batches of the bourbon. And I like the higher proof one, but they were interesting, really interesting. It's something I had to wrap my head around. It was like so different at first. Then you start to crave it in a weird way. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, those guys do some amazing things, man. Anyway, guys, it was so much fun. Hope you enjoyed being on the channel. I hope you guys get to 1,000 real soon. But But if not, man, just keep doing what you're doing. This is fun. It's good stuff.
Appreciate it, Lance. Really appreciate the flight, and it was a lot of fun. Glad that I was able to beat TJ, come out on top.
By 1 point. I expected like a 20-point
victory
differential, so I covered the odds.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say
way to kick his ass, Chuck. Good job, man.
You ain't first or last.
But hashtag never forget. All right.
The honorary.
Yeah. Right
Whiskey
now,
tornado challenge here.
Yeah, you'll just have to come on and defend your title.
Oh, I like that. That's good. Let's do it.
We don't need TJ though because he lost.
Yeah,
correct.
Against Brian, I think Brian can take you. I was close.
That was a great battle. You guys did amazing. So, hey, have a great weekend, guys. Go Rams, and hopefully the Illini beat Indiana tomorrow. So,
ILL, but Bengals all the way.
All right. Take care, guys. Have a good night. Go sub to Power of Bourbon. See you guys.
Here's all.